fishing suit on and we're not even fishing. We almost ran out of gas. We actually just parked at a gas station way down about 30 k's away and decided that we couldn't go anymore. So we were going to wait there until 6 a.m. until the gas station opened, but it's like 3 a.m. now and I didn't feel like sitting there for 3 hours waiting for it. So yeah, obviously we just made it, hence why I'm a little happy. But I'm gonna grab some M&Ms right now and we're gonna hit the road again. River on the day. It's only 80 kilometers away, it says.
No, it's not. Our next turn is 80 kilometers. We're 162 kilometers away.
What happened? You're not closing the back door or not? You didn't close it properly.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I peed.
On. So we're almost in Sydney.
We are in Sydney now.
Well, yeah, technically. Not really.
How long have we been driving for?
We've been driving for I would say almost 10 hours. I think our ETA was 10 hours of actual driving. Hey, Coco. Welcome to my office. Yeah, that's all, no, that's vinyl. This one's a panel, fiberglass. And this. So this all should scrub up pretty well.
I can't open this other one in the car.
It's a war zone.
Oh God.
Wow. God. Disintegrated.
So this is our spot for Christmas 2018. We've chosen to stay at a place called NRMA Sydney Lakeside Holiday Park.
Alright, here?
10 to 15 minute drive from the marina, which we haven't really taken many videos of yet, but we will when we get back there. We just wanted to set this up while it's still daylight. Lucky I have Jason to do all the work for me.
And you can see how much water damage this has got. This it had leaks through this window here, which is apparently a major fault on these models. The forward cabin is not as bad. You know, it's solid, like the frame and the rest of the structure is solid, and this is like the actual fiberglass, so I mean that's fine. It's just literally more of the, I guess, the cosmetic side. And if you have a look at this desk, this is you just can't even save that. It's just like bye-bye. Some of this stuff you might be able to, you'll be able to sand back and sort of revarnish, I guess, and get that going. I'd say all of this has to be all replaced, that whole desk. The floor and everything, I'm pretty sure that's gonna have to get replaced as well. Yeah, that used to have grooves in it, but it looks like someone's either sanded it down or like, I don't know. Like where it's like this, instead of just pulling it off, I think we should just clean what's there already rather than pulling that off. We'll just spray this down and then I'll wipe off that excess. It's all disintegrated anyway.
So this is on our first day still, everybody, just for reference.
Yeah, it's just like 30 minutes into it. I've got my friend here, WD-40, and I've just sprayed the engine down with it.
Jason sometimes even sprays his face with it.
No, I haven't, not just yet. But so I've sprayed the engine down because it was like completely, everything's corroded. He says it was working, but it hasn't like started over in years, so.
Who said it was turning over?
Well, it hasn't turned over, but I'm hoping to try and turn it over tomorrow. I tested the flywheel briefly to see if it moves. It does, but I can't really do it like that, but it does. I think our next step is to try and like remove this mold. But for that,
How are we going to do that?
well, we've got 25 knots blowing in, so
I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear that on the video, but it's extremely windy and loud.
So we're gonna probably, I think the first attempt, we're gonna just take all these things down. It may sound silly, but I'm actually gonna hose this down already. It's already, just as you can see, you can imagine how wet it would have been to get to wood that's just completely rotted like that. So a little more water won't hurt it. Just grab your scrubbing brush over there.
So this is our spot for breakfast. We're having a little bit of a picnic, as you can see. And the reason that we're having a picnic and not eating inside the tent is because our tent flooded last night. And we were so tired from working through the week and driving here the previous night, all night, and having a really big day on the boat that we actually slept through the whole entire storm. So there was a really big storm, like big winds, big rains, and Jason and I didn't wake up until 5:30, and we woke up to...
It was like literally just dripping, like not dripping, like pouring on my head.
We woke up in a puddle. Our bed was a puddle.
Bit quicker.
Right now.
Fast.
Day 2. Everything's looking pretty clean that we touched and scrubbed yesterday. The wood that we cleaned has come out really nice. So we got all of the mold off there. It's actually come out a lot better than we thought. Today we're going to start with, so we're going to label and number all of these pieces of vinyl because we need them as molds or like templates for the new ones that we're going to have made, because they're very tricky ones to make, but obviously these are unsalvageable. It's really terribly molded. So that's going to be our first job and activity, and then after that we are going to pressure wash the inside of the boat and hose the whole entire thing down.
We can't take these support rails off right now. There's no way, so we have to cut around the vinyl.
Wow, so show this is raw.
Yeah, well that's the raw fiberglass, yeah. And that would have been, obviously that's foam that's just disintegrated. So that would have been like 1/4 inch or half, yeah, probably 1/4 inch foam. And it's just completely disintegrated. And that's the...
From being wet
and this was all moldy yesterday. The mold, like most of it died off with all the chemicals we sprayed on it. You can see a little bit left. You can actually see more on the camera.
Tell us what you're doing.
Trying to disinfect the whole boat. So I've got disinfectant spray, bacterial germ, and degreaser in here, and you can see I'm just spraying down the whole boat.
Show everyone around what you're doing now.
So it's already a lot of improvement from yesterday. We've got rid of a lot of the mold off. The fiberglass body came up quite well. So I'm just, pretty much spraying on the degreaser right now, and then gonna high pressure it all off, and then just start to dry it all out. So we're just getting all the mold and algae and everything out of the wood. I'm not sure if it's gonna need replacing, but it's definitely gonna need some sanding. There's some that I did before. So it's coming up pretty good. I've got this little section to do still. But yeah, it's going well. The Volvo Penta that we are going to attempt to start. I don't know, he didn't say how long, but he said it's been many years since it's started. So I've obviously firstly disconnected the hose to the main tank, because we won't be using that fuel that's in there. And I already know that we're going to have to replace this, but for now we're just going to try and turn it over and see, before we do too much work to it, we see if it's going to turn, and what's going to happen, if anything at all.
Ready?
All right. Yeah. Get your fire extinguisher ready. Well, we got turning, so that's a good start. Give it some throttle now and see what happens. I don't know if it's caught any all the way up to the injectors. It's hard to tell, obviously, on this, but. All right, day 3. We're walking into the floor, which we cleaned last night.
There was like a layer of thick, like hard grime on there.
So today's job, the first thing we're gonna do is empty out this front room, and then do the same process in here and just clean all that mold and everything. But it's looking and smelling a lot fresher.
And it's Christmas Eve.
And it's Christmas Eve. Let's get started. So I just cleaned out the front room. Well, I pressure washed it first. It's got disinfectant on there, and it's obviously still stained, but we're about to scrub whatever we can out of there. But it's smelling a lot fresher, and it's about to look a lot cleaner after this young lady starts scrubbing with a bit of elbow grease.
Come and look at this.
Where'd you get the captain hat?
From Hunter Killer.
Are you a licensed captain?
Yes. So, if you want to clean a boat, here's my directions. Vinegar, white vinegar to be specific. What's this? Degreaser. Marine degreaser if possible. We have a bottle from 1991 that we found in this boat of... It's actually working really well.
I'm pretty sure that's still available.
$9.95 from 1992.
I think it could be doubled in price.
And cream cleanser like Jif or something. This has been working really well on the boat because it's like a abrasive, like kind of like sandpaper, and it also dries it out once you once it goes dry, so I highly recommend it. And that's it. Turns into like a creamy concoction, and then you boil it like a cauldron and drop some frogs in there like a witch.
Something you've practiced before?
Not yet, but watch out.
We're in the wiping down stage now. I detoxed it out many times.
This is the afternoon of day 3.
Day 3. So it's been, for us, almost 48 hours. I degreased it down 3 times with degreaser. Degreased and rinsed it 3 times. Then the last time I put, I degreased it 1 more time with like an antibacterial to just get the bleach and everything else off 1 last time. So it's like 4 or 5 times that I rinsed it down with chemicals. So after the wiping down, I'm gonna let it dry out completely, and then I'm just gonna re-glue this vinyl up there for now, the head lining, just so it's out of the way, and because we'll pretty much kill the mold off it now. And then that's going to get replaced eventually, but for the next month or so, I'm sure it's going to be fine. The cover, and this is what we see. Don't know how it would have got this bad, but yeah, it's probably as bad as it gets. Wow. Poor guy. Yeah, so I just tried to remove the hose from the exhaust there, and you can see it just completely snapped off. That's the end of that, so we'll probably just need a hose. Good thing is it's only a couple of feet, so it's not going to be too expensive. So yeah, we're going to grab a new hose for that. I think it's going to be a lot easier than trying to get that out. And we already have the new exhaust manifold here, so see if we can get this one off. Back out on the road, we've been having not issues, but pulling apart some of the components on the engine, and they've been really corroded. So now I'm a little hesitant as to whether the manifold and the head of the actual engine's corroded too, which is going to be huge. It's basically almost like getting a whole new motor. It's like $4,000 plus. We're about to go to just a local store and grab a shop vac so we can suck out some of the water that got down the intake. If that works, then we're gonna seal it, put it all back together and seal it up, and then hopefully get some compression and combustion out of it and see if it starts up. And kind of that's where we're at. We've been running around a lot today. It's been out on the road or picking things up or researching. A lot of places are closed, which is it's like the worst time of year for this sort of thing. Because
today's, by the way, the 27th.
It's the 27th of December, so like everyone's on holidays, everyone's out enjoying their boat, not working on it. So yeah, that's where we're at, and yeah, hopefully we'll get some good news soon. It's 18 hours later and I'm still pumping the injectors, still trying to figure out what's going on. I'm about to crank it and see what happens. If that doesn't work, I'm going to spray some WD-40, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to put some gas in there. I'm just kidding.
And if that doesn't work, go for a sail.